Hi guys, always Koch here with your weekly rate update. And this week the Fed met. They met yesterday and they ended up hiking rates by 0.25%, which is exactly what the market expected. It's what the market predicted. Nothing different there. Now, what was really important was everything that they said. And if you remember in the last week's video, we talked about how depending on what the Fed says about future rate hikes is going to determine everything as far as future rate movement. Now, what they pretty much said is that they like that inflation is coming down. They said that they definitely are feeling like things are working. However, their ultimate goal is 2% inflation. And until they get to 2% inflation, they're going to pretty much monitor meeting by meeting what they're going to do. They have no clue if they're going to hike anymore, or if they are going to hike, how many times, or every other meeting, every third meeting. He just talked about how every single meeting we're going to look at the data, and if the market's going very, very strong, then it justifies a rate hike. If the market isn't going strong and things continue to contract, come down, then they'll pause. Now, keep in mind that up until this point, it was all about inflation. And inflation technically semi got under control, right? We started seeing the numbers get better. Now, what is kind of the the big number that is the unknown now is 2% inflation. We're definitely far from 2% inflation. We could start continuing to see it come down and eventually reach 2. They don't believe they're going to reach 2% until 2025, which could mean higher rates for longer. The probability of a recession has kind of gone out the window at this point in the Fed's eyes, due to the fact that the economy is so strong, due to the fact that the job market is so strong, due to the fact that consumer confidence coincidentally right now is at one of the all-time highs, while the Fed has done pretty much everything they could to slow the economy down. So what does that mean? It means that every single day as data comes out, data that supports that the economy is going strong is going to hurt rates. Data that shows that the economy is slowing down is going to help rates. Does that tie into inflation? Somewhat. But it's not just the inflation numbers anymore that are going to be driving the rates. It's going to be data about the economy, which today, the reason I'm bringing this up and really emphasizing on it is today we had 4 economic reports that came out, and all of them were very strong. Now, even though we have inflation reports coming out later, the fact is we had 4 strong economic reports, and what happened? Rates jumped because of that. So now instead of just focusing on inflation, we got to now focus on the almost daily reports that are coming out. So what does that mean? Way more market volatility, as now investors are going to be looking at the data, the overall data, the day-to-day reports, and determining what happens next with the Fed, as they pretty much put a big question mark on the future and only tied it to data. So market after the Fed meeting, the rates got a little bit better. Today we saw them jump up because of the data. Tomorrow there's more economic reports coming out. And if those economic reports come out and they're going to be positive, meaning the inflation's going to be coming down, positive rate-wise, meaning things are slowing down, we might see rates come right back down. Ultimately, just way more volatility ahead. If we're going to say anything from the Fed meeting, the fact that they said so little is the reason why we're going to see a very volatile market moving forward in the next 6 months. It does appear right now they're hinting at longer or higher rates longer, as now a recession's kind of off the table. Now, keep in mind, a recession would be good for rates from a standpoint of showing that the economy is really slowing down. And a recession doesn't mean something super dramatic or anything crazy. It just means that we have way more slow growth in the economy, and that's what the Fed's ultimate goal is. So with that said, just overall talking about the housing market, inventory remains at an almost all-time low. The amount of inventory that we had during the last housing crash in '08 was like 4 million homes on the market. Now we only have like 1 million homes on the market. It's about 75% lower than what it was back during the crash. So does this mean that home prices are going to go down if the rates going to continue to go up? Not necessarily, because inventory is our biggest issue. We'll keep you updated as we go. If there's anything we can do for you, reach out to us. That is your latest rate update. Thank you for watching.